Your journey where you didn't even think you could pass a funded account, and now all you can do is only pass funded accounts.
Got a lot of the students in here, Keldrick, and
which is why this low down here is important, because we're betting on the fact that this is going to be the low of the day.
I was at UPS. I was a package handler for a minute. You passed at least 15?
At least 15, Brody.
I had rules that I knew would help me, and I just didn't have the discipline to follow it. And yeah, you can also see I'm wearing my shirt that I got yesterday. It's a little bit of a different vibe. Price, no matter what I gotta say, no matter what name I wanna give it, the market is gonna do a specific thing regardless.
If we would have tried to get the safest entry, meaning getting in as soon as price hit that gap.
Like possibly every win you're getting closer to leaving your job. Every win you're getting closer to not having to work for no one. The name of the game is staying in the game.
good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another video. It is a beautiful day. In terms of the weather, you can't really see it, but it's not so beautiful. I was about to lie. I kind of looked over and it looks like the clouds are coming over here. Not gonna lie. Let me check the weather now that I'm on this. It's gonna be 87, but it's gonna be in and out cloudy all day. Whatever. I'm just happy to be here. But today it is Saturday. It's the 29th. We still are in, what is it, March? April is still not here. We're still in March. So we're just taking advantage of just making sure we end the year on a banger, making sure we just get as much work done, even though we can't make no more money. We had a great week when it came to trading. We had a great profitable week. Can't make no more money on the charts right now. I'm not gonna go trade Bitcoin. I'm not gonna force nothing, so you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stay my ass right here and get ready for next week. Get ready for Monday. Get prepared. Get mentally prepared. Make sure I'm continuing to build the habits that are gonna put me in a good position Monday going through Friday to make sure that I'm way more likely to actually follow my rules and not go on tilt, because that's all it is, being in the game. The name of the game is staying in the game. If you're not in the game, how are you going to take advantage of any trades or opportunities? You're not going to be able to, no matter how good of a trader you are, no matter how much work you put in. If you don't have an account to trade, what are you going to do? Exactly. The name of the game is to stay in the game. So with that being said, I'm about to hop on this session with the team. I'm about to do the weekly market review, go over all the trades that made me $5.5 thousand, all the W's, all the L's also. And that's what we're going to do to be able to get ready for the next week. Because by going over all the price action from last week, we understand what is likely to happen again. So I'll give you some clips, but if you want to join the team, make sure you click the link in the description to work with me one-on-one and also get access to the team so you can get live trading, all the weekend recording sessions, and everything else that you see. But I'll give you some clips as I always do. No days off. Let's get value and change lives. Let's get our day started. Look at this. I went to Trading View, and this is what was left there. You got the trading, paper trading maintenance, because I was on the paper trading account. I wasn't trading the funded account last week. I was on the live account. This trade, yeah, damn, and then this is where the market closed. That trade went stupid, I ain't gonna lie. Wild trade, 1 to 16. We about to be active with the team. It's 9:30 in the morning. We active at the same time that we go live in the mornings. Just making sure we get everybody in here. And we about to have a good session, no cap. Got a lot of the students in here, Keldrick, Anna, Elijah, Brian. We about to go stupid.
Okay, but I see some price action that we can go over. I see some good price action, so we're gonna go over Wednesday now. So we're gonna mark up the previous high and low from Tuesday. Even though overall we had a bearish day on Wednesday, don't know where Friday came from. At the times and what it did at these times, like that we trade, I personally, hindsight, I wouldn't have really wanted to catch any of these shorts because we didn't really have a clean false break of the previous high. We kind of went significantly above the previous high of about maybe 100 points. So any shorts from over here would have been hard to catch unless maybe I've seen some other price action. But when you're at highs like this, it's usually not much I try to like counter trend. I would have way rather bet it on the fact that we would have been having a bullish move to target this previous high, which is what I'm going to go over with you guys right now. So even though the overall good move would have been bearish, for me, the more efficient move would have been something like this. You guys already know what I like to look for. I'm usually having the Asian session, right? I'll have the Asian session range. Then I'm either looking for maybe a false break of a high or low, London or New York session. Now down here we had the Eastern session range, and then London session had a drop, and then we started to push from there. So in this case, London dropped below that low, and then we had a push higher. From this push higher, we could see that from the previous day's price action, there was a previous day's high of like something like this. It was a previous high above here. So since we're bullish after we ran this low down here, I would have been targeting this previous high all the way at the high up here at the top. That would have been what I was looking for. Now, with that being said, since price kept pushing, what do we like to look for? We like to look for old gaps that get left behind, and those old gaps, we like to see if price is going to retrace into them or to see if we can possibly get a trade to take it to whatever target in mind that we have. Now, in this case, that's exactly what I would have been doing here. Why? Because it was a high from over here, but the overall price action overall is still significantly bullish. So even though there's a high up here, this was just a small pullback in the overall big frame of it. And since we had a false break of this low already and are showing that we're pushing, why would I bet against it? You know what I mean? So in this case, where would have this gap been? If you look in here, the price action from London, the consolidation, we dropped, had a push, and then this candle right here, 9 o'clock, this is where it's important because this is when we actually would have been on the charts. If we look at what happened, price traded into this fair value gap right here. This fair value gap, why is it important? Because this high, the fair value gap, right here, started this gap, is the one from this move. This is the one that started this whole bullish move to begin with. Like, this is the start of this whole bullish move. The whole bullish move that started down here is right here. So that's why this gap is important. And then what time did it come into it? At 9 in the morning. Coincidence, right? Now let's start annotating what happened at this time. So at 9 in the morning, we had a 1 hour fair value gap. We traded into it. Didn't feel it, but it traded into this 1 hour fair value gap, which is key. Why is it key? Because the time that everything's happening is important. This happened at London, trading the low of the day. From the low of the day, we got a lot of bullish price action, leaving a gap behind so that when New York session comes in, we have a place that we can now watch for if price is going to retrace into. And if it doesn't retrace into it, it is what it is. But price is still likely going to keep going the direction, which is why this low down here is important, because we're betting on the fact that this is going to be the low of the day and keep going a different direction based off of the time and everything that happened. So once we get this gap, price push, and before we ran that previous high, or even after we ran that previous high, either one is kind of hard to see it hindsight. This is where we would have wanted to get at 9 o'clock. And if we also take it a step further, is there any area on price? Doesn't look like there's any big figure levels. But if we also wanted to possibly pull a fib, I might be able to pull a fib, but like I said, sometimes when you're back testing, it's a little bit weird to see where you would have pulled a fib. I think somewhere right here would have made more sense with the continuation level. Okay. Something like that maybe, but I'm not going to draw the fib in this case just because it's a weird price action. On days like this, a lot happened within that 1 hour candle. Kind of hard to go off of. But in terms of the entry, let's see how the entry would have been. If we would have tried to get the safest entry, meaning getting in as soon as price hit that gap with about a 50-point stop loss, 50 points would have been more than enough on a day like this. Look, if you would have been looking for a 1 to 2, you could have got a 1 to 2 perfectly. Look at that, at that previous high. Now there's probably other confirmations in here. Like I said, if I were to also maybe pull fibs and stuff, I probably could get multiple different fibs, which is likely going to be that third confirmation. But in this case, since it's all on the hour time frame and I'm not trying to switch time frames just because the back testing sake, I'll leave it at this. But exactly up here, what happened? Retrace and then target that high. This schematic right here is exactly what happened here, and this is exactly what we look for on a daily basis, whether it's a bullish or bearish. The price action is not going to lie. You just got to be able to read the price action, read the liquidity.
All right, that was a great session. I'm going to put the clips and everything in there for you guys, but I do have to cop on a couple of calls. I'm going to try to get them done earlier because I do got to take my girl to work sooner than she was supposed to. She's just going to go in early because why not? She'll get in earlier. She'll get to leave earlier. But besides that, I'm about to hop on some one-on-one calls. I'll probably give you a couple clips of that, but then I'm going to take a shower and actually get ready for my day and all that. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the vibes. But yeah, no days off. We have a great start to the Saturday. It is approximately 10:20. About to hop on these calls, get to more work.
I'm in the warehouse, but I don't do packaging stuff. I'm an admin, so.
Okay.
Office work, a little bit of.
I mean, yeah, I would take that. I would take that. The package work, that's the That's real hard
Man, that
labor.
shit is,
That's physical labor.
bro. I did that for 2 months, and I was like, I'm not doing this shit no more. We had peak like Christmas, and
Oh yeah.
I was
Shit,
like,
that's what I
never
did.
again.
I was at UPS. I was a package handler for a minute, and then like right around maybe 6 months before I like finally left the job, I became a supervisor. And when I was a supervisor, I was just technically supposed to supervise them. I'm not supposed to like touch the packages.
Yeah.
So I was just chilling doing that, and I was getting paid more. And I was like, fuck it. And I got on salary, so I was like, hey, fuck it, it works out. I got to do less work, and I get to just get paid more. I'll take it. But nah.
That's literally what the supervisors say here. They be like, yeah, we just paid the managers. So I'd be like, all right.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, I'll take it. It don't make sense, but fuck it. You pass at least 15.
At least 15, Brody. And I always just greed. Like, I'll do 800 in 2 days. I'll get funded 800 in 2 days. And I'm like, 800, now I need 1,000. I want to trade for the day. I'm done.
What are do you have rules for how many trades you're allowed to take in a day and a week?
I'll be honest with you. No, I try.
I'll say that would be the main, the easiest thing. Because I would say as long as you stick to, I'm only allowed to take this trades this today, this week, and then if you also have a rule in place to where you physically can't trade every day, it just limits to how much you could trade regardless. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's only gonna limit it. Like, that's the only thing it's gonna do. Like, the only thing you could do is keep yourself from doing it. But now the main thing is, how can I keep myself from doing it? For one, you gotta ask yourself, why do I wanna chase the extra 200 if I'm at $800 and it's gonna make 1,000? It's usually just like, you gotta ask yourself why. Because the main thing you gotta keep in mind when it comes to the top step challenges and stuff too, it's not real money until you get to withdrawal it anyway. So even if you're trying to chase an extra $200, in the grand scheme of things, if you make $10,000, you're only going to be able to withdraw 5 of it anyway. So you were chasing a couple $1,000s that you're not even going to be able to withdraw on that payout anyway. It's just, you're just chasing a feeling essentially, chasing the, I want to make more, I want to do this, when in reality, a lot of the time it's just about maintaining less is more. Like, I'm assuming you're at a point, if you could pass 15 challenges, you're well off enough to the point to where you're not struggling with trying to find something that's working. Is more or less you're getting in your own way. Especially after 3 years, you've more than likely already been through the trial and error when it comes to trying to figure out strategy, system. I'm not sure how you trade and everything, but if you could pass 15 accounts, there's no reason why. Even if you think of it like this, if you pass 15 accounts, if you take all those and just make it one trading day, that's enough to get like 3 payouts. So it's the same fucking thing. In reality of it, you did the same thing within that time span. It's just you're not able to do it back to back. But it's a consistency aspect. You also got to keep in mind, you're not going to be able to get a payout every week, because if you need 5 winning days and there's only 5 trading days of the week, and let me say someone like me, I'm only allowed to trade 4, I physically can't even get it in the week even if I try. So it just keeps you down to just, it's the more longevity of it. You got to be focused on long term. Think about how much you make at work. Think about how much you're going to make on a daily basis. Think about how often you're going to be able to get. And then that's going to be, okay, maybe I should just not, because you're going to be chasing, you're just going to want more, you're going to want more, you're going to just keep on trying to, it's just, there's never going to be a limit. You just got to learn to manage yourself. That's the only thing you can do. It's just learning to not get in your own way, not self-sabotage yourself. But the main thing, so from you, I don't want to, so how do you trade right now? I don't want to make you trade different. If you could pass 15 accounts, more than likely you have something that works. But if you want to take more of a look at like how I trade and everything, you have the content for it. But I would say for someone like you specifically, the media recordings on the mindset, the discipline aspect, like all of those, like I'll give you some of the title names of them. Because that was probably a point in your journey where you didn't even think you could pass a funded account. And now all you could do is only pass funded accounts. You get what I'm saying? And you don't think you can get a payout because you haven't done it yet. But once you get a payout, it's going to get to a point where, damn, I can only get $1,000 payouts. I can't even get $2,000 payouts. It's gonna just be a different thing, but it's just, that's how we all been through. There was a point that I didn't think I could pass funded accounts. Then there was a point where I was only passing, and then I couldn't keep it. Then there was a point where I was getting payouts, but I wasn't getting the payouts. Then there was a point where I was on live accounts, and I was doing, it was just, there's just different things, but there's always gonna be different obstacles. It's just about understanding why. Once you can understand why, you can figure out the root cause, and then work it all out. I got off the phone with one of my students and everything, so this is one of the main things. You get to a point as a trader to where the market isn't the problem, the charts isn't the problem, your system, your strategy isn't the problem, you are the problem. This is one of the things that got me to where I am, bro. I lied to you not. The main reason that I was able to go from not making that much money trading, even though I had a great system, I had a great strategy, I had a great everything. I can understand, I can read the market, I could do it perfectly years ago. I could do that perfectly years ago. But the reason I hasn't been able to get the watch that I just got yesterday until now, the reason I haven't been able to live in this crib until now, the reason I haven't been able to travel like I am till now is because I was in my own way. The system and strategy wasn't my problem. I was a problem. I wasn't disciplined. I wasn't following the rules that I put in place to keep me from self-sabotaging myself.
Ain't that dumb? I had rules that I knew would help me, and I just didn't have the discipline to follow it. Now, it's easier said than done. It's always easy to say, oh, just do it. Yes, I know, just do it. But in the moment, it's always harder. But then it's about learning yourself. It's about having a journal. It's about learning from experiences so that when you go into the future and they're in this situation again, you can actually be aware of it. Because last time you were aware of it, you learn from it, so that next time, there don't gotta be a next time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about to take a shower and everything, about to get my day started. I had another one-on-one, but he's about to be giving out food to the homeless, so I'm gonna let him do that and everything. I think that's a greater cause, and then I'm gonna get back to him before I do all the one-on-ones later. It's just gonna be a busy ass day. I have a whole lot of one-on-ones. Like the weekends are stacked with one-on-ones. Like this shit is crazy work. Sent the calls to them and everything to book last night, so they might not have it fully booked up yet. But yeah, as of right now, I have 4 for today, 4 one-on-ones for today, and 4 for tomorrow. So there's still some room for them to set up some calls. So I still have room for them to set up another 4 in between. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun day. It's gonna be an eventful day. But the job is never finished. So yeah, let's get straight to it. Let me get the shower. All right, right now I'm on my way to go get my ring resized. I'm gonna get the ring that I got yesterday resized. I'm also going to see if I can get the ring that I have that is gold right now. I want to see if I can get it into white gold because I want the white gold better, but I didn't feel like waiting around all night. I wanted to have my ring last night and everything. And I am also going to take my girlfriend's chain to get fixed. And I'm also taking another of her rings to get resized. So I'm gonna be over there for a couple hours waiting for them to get this done. And yeah, you can also see I'm wearing my shirt that I got yesterday. It's a little bit of a different vibe. Maybe ever since I got the watch, I'm feeling a little bit more classy type shit. I don't know, I got 2 shirts. These are really for Puerto Rico, but I'm not going for a couple weeks, so I thought I might as well match it because the shirt I'm matching with the watch and the watch and the shirt matching the blue of the car. So I'm feeling good right now. But yeah, we got a lot of one-on-ones later on, but I got a little bit of time until I got to go to them, so I'm gonna go do this. I think I might have to hop on one of them while I'm at the mall over here, but I don't think I'm gonna have to do too many. Most of them are gonna be after. Hopefully I'm not there too long, but yeah, worst case scenario, I'm gonna just get some food over there, chill. I'm gonna bring my laptop, try to get some content edited, just take it as a little work session at the mall. That's the one bright side about being able to make money anywhere, being able to be an entrepreneur, content creator, even though I'm not trading today, content creator, because I can still work on my businesses, even getting my jewelry redone, essentially, at the mall, just because I got Wi-Fi on the laptop. No cap. People are texting me. I'm about to get driving. I'm about to get to the location now. See you there. All right, I just dropped off the stuff with the jewelers. I ended up getting myself some Chick-fil-A. I'm about to eat some Chick-fil-A, and then I'm about to hop on first call of the day with one of my students. So that's the vibe as of right now. So yeah, matter of fact, was it the first call? I was definitely on a call earlier. Discombobulated from all this walking around and moving around, but yeah, it's about 1:50, so in about 10 minutes I'm gonna hop on this second call. Let me just eat this food. Then, let me take this off. I'm gonna give you like the little guidelines. So usually the first phase is always gonna be the education phase. Education phase is just gonna be you getting a good idea of what we do, how we trade, the reason that we take trades, the reason we get in, the reason we get out, all of that stuff. The foundation. Okay, so it's the same time, I bet. So yeah, 9 to 11 a.m. every day, we're live with the chat. We're live with the team trading from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. If we get into trading, we're done sooner. Than some days we're done sooner, but that's generally the frame that when we're trading. The main important thing is going to be application of the knowledge. Like the type of thing you're doing it on. Like I had a comment earlier. It's funny. I read a comment. It was a guy. He was like, this guy doesn't even trade on a, no, he was like, this guy trades on a laptop. I knew he didn't make money. He was like, I obviously knew he was fake. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you even talking about? What the fuck does the laptop gotta do anything? But in reality, it doesn't matter. You can trade on your phone. Now, when it comes to learning, ideally it's best to be on a bigger screen, but in reality, the chart's gonna be the chart. Being on a phone, a laptop, or a TV is not gonna make a difference. It's still gonna be the same trading view, and the same chart, and the same price, doing the same thing. It's just a matter of having a bigger screen and having more flexibility. You know what I mean? But even then, less is more. You don't need to have 1,000 screens in reality. I would say a laptop, a good one though. I just have a Mac. I have a Mac. People always say, "Oh, you should get something better." I'm just like, bro. I mean, it do what it need to. All right, right now you probably can't even really see me. Let me put this brightness up a little bit. But yeah, right now editing the vlog and everything. I'll keep this laptop just so you can see my face a little bit. But yeah, just waiting for the jewelry to get done. I'm about to go in there to see if it's all done and everything. But just getting the job done. I didn't feel like driving home just to have to drive back because I would just wasted time. I just bring my laptop parked up in the second story garage and we just working. You know the vibes. Like I said, I'm about to go down there, but there's always opportunity to get the job done. I'm in between meetings right now. I have my next call in an hour, and then from there it's going to be back to back to back calls. So I'm just going to take advantage of getting the vlog done now. So later on when my girlfriend comes back from work and I want to go out to eat, I don't got to spend time at night trying to edit. Life is about balance, you know what I mean? My life isn't balanced, but I try my best to make it as balanced as possible. And that's the best thing you're going to get when it comes to balance. Doing things such as day trading, doing things such as entrepreneurship, where everything is kind of random. Nothing is 100% always on time, on schedule. You know what I mean? And if you know, you know. But I'm just, yeah, like I said, just trying to get the job done. Working right now. About to go get that shit so I can get home and everything within a timely manner. And I kind of want to take this shirt off. I want it to be classy, but right now I'm missing having a hoodie on. Not gonna lie to y'all. So that's the vibes. Yeah. Boink. All right, I walked into the JCPenney. I didn't even know there was a second story into the JCPenney. I just thought I was at the second store garage, but we about to go get my ring. My hand feeling naked right now, type shit. Pre-meetings. I'm about to go grab some water from the store downstairs. All right, I'm back and everything. I went to the store downstairs, as y'all seen. Got myself some Evian water. Along with water, I got myself my favorite naked mango. She go crazy, but I'm about to sit down, about to hop on these one-on-one calls, about to get to work. Got my laptop, got my stuff to drink, got my camera. All right, I think we are good to go. Now it's just about getting everybody on these calls and getting to work. Let's change some lives. Naked, sponsor me. Be working security and trade, trust. Like, even the guy you were working with, like, shit, I know 3 people now, damn near, all doing the same thing, essentially. Essentially. Yeah. But so how's your trading going now? You said you've been back testing. Like, what you been back testing? My system or your own little system? Now, yeah, whatever name you want to call it for value gap, I can call it fucking inversion, fucking dollar bill. Price action gonna be price, as long as it's in the charts, whatever name people want to call it, that it doesn't matter. Like, that's why I always tell people, like, the name, I can name for value gap something completely different, but if I'm teaching you based off of that area within price itself, you can't fake that, and that's something that's going to be, because price is price no matter what I got to say, no matter what name I want to give it. The market is going to do a specific thing regardless, whatever me and you call it or whatever we want. You know what I mean? The main thing is just understanding why the market's doing what it's doing. A lot of the times it just comes down to a good understanding of liquidity, because liquidity is exactly why the market's moving anywhere, and that's what gaps are, that's what old highs and lows are, and it's just about being able to read it.
Like my trading plan, and it's been like hitting. So I'm like,
I'll say you'll know you're profitable. Anybody can become profitable. When it comes to profitable is just, can you go into the market with a plan of action, have a system, have a plan, and actually execute it accordingly. Anybody can become profitable. If you can win one trade with the actual plan, I would consider you profitable. Now, becoming consistently profitable, that's the main thing, because anybody can win one trade, can pass one account, can get one withdrawal, can get one payout, but can you do it consistently? Most people can't do it consistently. Once you can at least prove to yourself you've done something consistently for like 6 months to going on to a year, then that's a good habit, and that's more than likely something that you can continue doing. It's not like you did it one odd time, and then now you're saying you're profitable. But if you could prove yourself back to back to back to back to back, for months on end, doing the same thing, the same process, getting the same results, it's like you prove it to yourself. Like, you won't need to ask if you're profitable. You'll just you'll be able to see it, because it's just gradual. It's not like it just happens. That's like saying, where does the ocean start? It's just kind of gradual. You can't really see it. That's just what it is. Like, people always say, oh, when am I going to be profitable? You're just going to become profitable day by day. It's not going to be, you just wake up and you're profitable. It's going to be the sum of the days and the work that you're putting in to become that person. You know, like I was saying also, like, before I was in the crib, I would essentially be running Airbnbs, going to different cribs, trying to do that. Like, trust, like, I'm in this crib now, but people didn't see when I was only going to Airbnbs when I didn't have this crib. I'm driving a whole bunch of different cars now, running a whole bunch of different cars, because when I want to get into the car myself, I'm like I'm doing all these different things, proving to myself it's possible, getting inside the cars, seeing the Lambos, being next to the Lambos, putting on the jewelry, seeing what's possible, and showing it's just another thing. Anything that if you could touch it, you could believe it. If you could believe it, you could achieve it. But it's just about seeing it. Once you can see it, once you can touch it, anything is possible.
Taking a very big turn. Like, this is my first funded account.
Right? That's what I like to hear.
I don't know what to do. I appreciate that. But it's like I don't know what to do moving forward because it's like I know nothing is gonna change even after my first, second payout. I'm still gonna.
I would say so. So you just want to know like what's your next steps essentially, like trying to keep moving forward now that you got one funded account.
Yeah, essentially.
I mean, when it comes to the funded accounts are easily able to scale because all you got to do is get more accounts. If you have, say, 50K now, if you simply get max allocated with any prop firm, you can easily double, triple what you're making, essentially, which could go a long way also. So, like I said, 10,000 could turn to 20, 30,000, which could do a little bit more now. It could do a little bit more, and that could be done just with one prop firm. You can also do things such as copy trading. But I would say, since this is your first payout, the main thing for you to be able to do right now is prove to yourself that you can not get a payout. This is your first fund account. Prove to yourself that you can get a payout. Prove to yourself that you can consistently get payouts. Prove to yourself you can keep an account before trying to get multiple other accounts. Prove to yourself that you can actually have the discipline to stick with one account, get some payouts, get some winning days without taking yourself out the game, because those same habits that you're going to be able to build now, they're not going to go nowhere. Yeah, you may not have 2 funded accounts, you may not have 3 funded accounts, you might not be making 5,000 in a week immediately, but you're going to be building the habits that are going to allow you to do that later on. You're going to build the habits that when you go to take another funded account, you'll pass way easier in comparison to still struggling, still stressing out, because you're going to prove it to yourself. And now you're in a point to where you can make money from the work you're putting in. There's an actual reward, but there's also going to be pros and cons to that, because now you're going to be more likely to try to force a trade, to try to get a payout, to try to make some money, try to get a winning day, because now there's a possible reward, there's an expectation now that wasn't there before, which now the main thing is staying in the game. You're at a point now to where you can see the system works. If you can get you a funded account, all you got to do is do that same thing that's going to get you to winning a certain amount of trading days now. If you get how many days did you take to pass the count?
Shit, it took me 2 weeks.
So imagine 2 weeks like of winning trading days. That's like 2 payouts, or even just 1 week. That's 1 payout right there. You did the same thing. It's just about being able to replicate that same result. Not realize it, but within every trade that you take, you are like possibly every win you're getting closer to leaving your job. Every win you're getting closer to not having to work for no one. Every win you're getting closer to not having to deal with the life that you have right now. Every win you're closer to becoming profitable, closer to becoming a profitable. It's like all these different emotions that you're not even aware of in the moment, but it's like now when you lose, imagine all of that, but now you aren't gonna be a profitable trader. Now you're never gonna leave your job. Now it's like all the opposite of exactly the things that you're trying to get, and it's like you're not aware of it, but it's subconscious. You can have both. You can post 3 reels a day that are gym and then 3 reels that have something to do with trading, but guess what? It's still gonna come back to you. Now, regardless what you're doing, you'll be building it so people know you do multiple things, not just one thing. Because guess what? If you build a whole big ass base based off our fitness, and then you try to sell them something with, say, like you build like a merch brand or you build clothes, they're like, nah, fuck them. I ain't buying it. This ain't what I came here for. I came here for fitness.
A consistency rule. I need like $300 on Monday to be eligible for a withdrawal. Yeah.
The main thing is don't go trying to force it for the payout. Just even if it happens by Friday, just it is what it is. But I saw that, like you were saying, like last week, talking about something, it was edging you damn near to get the payout. It's gonna feel like that, but it's gonna happen when it happens. The main thing is just because there's possible expectation, there's emotions involved now because you're so close to getting that payout that now it's just like every W feels like you're way closer to it, and every L feels like you're so much further away from it, when in reality, a W is going to be W, L is going to be L. You just can't look at it in terms of winning trading days. You just got to be, okay, I won today, I lost today, I come back again tomorrow, regardless if I can get a payout or not. It's just part of the game. You just do what you do. It's all a mental thing. Like, that's all it is. It's all a mental thing, because you're just going to psych yourself out, making yourself think it's more complicated than what it really is, when in reality, you're already showing what you could do by staying in the game, not making sure your losses are significantly smaller than the wins. It's just a matter of now not psyching yourself out in 1 to 2 days that are just going to be inevitably just full max days that usually just come easily. You know what I mean? It's just about trying to prevent that from happening, and then asking yourself, why did it happen the first few times?
All right, not gonna lie to y'all, I think this is where the video is gonna end. It was a pretty informative, entertaining vlog. I hear all this Spanish music out here. Never mind, I don't know about Spanish music, but I hear music. But what a great day. It was another Saturday. We got a lot of work done, a lot of one-on-one calls, a lot of education, a lot of value. So if you enjoyed it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you want to work with me one-on-one so you can get access to daily live trading, so you can get access to daily mentorship, so you can get access to everything you need to make your first figures when it comes to trading, click the first link in the description, work with me one-on-one. And if you want the free trading training, click the second link in the description. It'll give you everything you need to know for the 3 steps of becoming a profitable trader.
to live like me. Because anything I could do, you can do it, and you can do it better. It's just all about the work you're gonna put in. But with that being said, I love you guys. Stay safe, stay productive, and I'll see you in tomorrow's silly video.